Okay, there we are. Welcome to Game Central Junction, everyone. As always, I am your host, The Metal, and joining me is my co-host, Marsupial Gamer, who is on location today due to scheduling. Apparently, what wasn't scheduled properly was for his earbuds to listen to him and actually charge in the case. So if there's any audio issues at all, I mean, I'm not hearing any right now. Just warning you, there's not much we could do about them until they're charged. So it is what it is.
Hopefully it'll be fine.
Well,
no, I'm just using my laptop.
Oh,
the
wow,
built-in microphone.
That's not that bad. Normally, built-in laptop microphones are pieces of shit. So.
Yeah. Well, I asked ChatGPT 5, which was just released today, why it does that and how I can stop it, and it told me I needed to clean it. It's probably earwax or something.
Oh yeah.
Preventing it from touching the contacts. So,
I don't trust AI, but that sounds reasonable.
So, yeah. Sorry I missed Monday. Yeah, it's been a busy week.
That's okay. We had a show anyway. I think it was fine. It wasn't a super serial showtime, but we'll just get back to that on this upcoming Monday, where by then I'll probably will have seen the entire full season of King of the Hill, so I could talk about that. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, games and everything. Fitzchoso here, he's gonna guess that the main story is Sony suing Tencent for ripping off Horizon. I didn't even see that, so no, that isn't the main story. But I guess I will have to look into that, because that should be one of the main stories. If you have a article from a decently reliable source, you could go pop that in the Discord, and I will go look at that. But in the meantime, no, today's main story, we don't really have anything that's like big to talk about. We'll float around, but we will first start off with the Nintendo Indie World Showcase that happened earlier today. There are a couple interesting things. I didn't watch it myself. I've got the list in front of me. There are a lot of trailers and stuff, but I don't know if there's too many things that weren't previously announced. Just maybe we didn't know they were on Nintendo, but I don't know because I don't recognize most of these games. So some of these could be new announcements for all I know.
Yeah, I was actually just looking on, I didn't even realize there was one. And I was looking on Twitter and I was like, man, or X, Nintendo's tweeting a lot. Like, why are they posting so much? And then I realized, oh, there must be a showcase. Oh.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Yep, usually does.
Yeah. So we'll start off. Probably the biggest thing, which I don't know if this one's been revealed or not. This is one I would assume should have been talked about already. I just didn't see it. But Yacht Club Games, which I believe that's the Shovel Knight people, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So they have a game called Mina the Hollower that is like this nice little mouse character, I guess, named Mina. Gives me...
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a little more cartoonish, like Mickey Mouse style anthro vibes, but it's giving me some like Secret of Nim vibes just from the artwork. And it's going to be one of those type of action-y adventure games that they're known for. And the demo is actually out right now and available to play on both versions of the Nintendo Switch. So actually, I might whip mine out and start downloading it so I can see what kind of game this is. Obviously, though, I'm not going to play it while we're on stream. I don't even have a setup for that right now, but I just don't want to forget about it.
Is this, I can't, oh, damn it. get to it. This reminds me, was this Kickstarted? Was this on Kickstarter?
I have no clue. This is the first time I'm even hearing of it.
That's weird because I thought I'd talked about it before on the show.
You did. Maybe. I might have been distracted with chat. There's a chance.
Yeah. This was on Kickstarter. It was successfully funded in 2022 for $1.2 million. So I thought it looked good when it was, just a campaign.
Yeah.
It does look very. Reminds me of what's it called? Link's Awakening. Basically like a Game Boy Color game.
Yeah. Trying to find. Oh, there it is. I want that demo. I want it now. There we go.
Yeah. I thought it looked good, and I swear I showed it off maybe a couple of years ago on the
Probably
show.
Did.
It's been a while. And I don't think I participated in it.
Fitzjoso wants to know what's wrong with your voice and where is it. I think we've just learned by now that marsupial is highly susceptible to throat issues and or infections. So it could be literally anything. It's just been like that for the last couple days.
Yeah, it's hopefully not chronic, and maybe it'll be better by Monday. I haven't been yelling at metal lately. So.
It's okay. If anybody deserves to be yelled at, it's me.
Yeah, it's just dusty in Arizona, and there's way more, really, frankly, man-made or man-brought allergens than there were like 20, 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah, especially living right next to a golf course, right?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of like grass and trees there that don't belong in this area, that their pollen just swoosh through the wind.
Yeah, well, I think what people didn't think about was the fact that all these very, allergic trees and stuff, things that people are very often allergic to, normally where they usually are, it gets washed out of the air whenever it rains. So it's usually not so bad. It doesn't build up. Around here, it just gets worse and worse and worse until, maybe we'll have a rain every 3 or 4 months.
Or a big enough like wind or dust storm just carries everything away into another direction.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's so many non-native plants around here. It's awful.
The worst part, it feels very counterintuitive because a lot of people I know that go to climates like this do it specifically to avoid stuff like that. You're like, yes, if I go to the desert, I don't have to worry about allergies.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was like 30, 40 years ago. I mean, like in the 80s and 90s, people would come here because there were like no allergens. Now it's crazy. It's just like, just seeing.
Even like that in the late aughts, or like the mid to late aughts when I visited my aunt here,
Yeah. Just even seeing houses with lawns is weird. It's like, why are you doing that? Like, that is not. Why are you here if you want a lawn, grass? Yeah. There's no grass here, but there is now.
Yeah, technically there is grass. There's just not the type that grows to make a lawn, right? You get those very packed, sparse, and tall grasses that yellow, right? Which is what you'd see if you wandered off into the desert for a while, where it'd be like, here's a patch, grows pretty tall, and then if you walk another 10 feet, you might see another patch.
Yeah. But yeah, nowadays it's like, there's mesquite, there's ragweed, there's all kinds of really terrible,
Yeah.
you know, trees and things that even, they had all the same stuff back in Nashville, but I would only feel it like less than a month in the fall and maybe a month in the spring, and then it was washed away.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh well. But as hot as it is, though, it would be nice to have a lawn of grass so you can walk around on it.
Oh, I think all the better, because to me it doesn't bother me. I walk barefoot on the rocks,
Oh,
and
geez.
sometimes I do. Yeah, late at night,
Well,
when
you
I just
walk,
need to get some air. I'll just
yeah,
walk around on the rocks in the backyard, and it doesn't bother me at all. Um,
you walk barefoot on the burning sidewalk sometimes, don't you?
yes, but I did say, even though it probably wouldn't bother me, but you asked me, it was above 110 degrees. I did wear my shoes to go get the mail today.
Oh my God.
Because I said I wouldn't do it if it went over 110.
Yeah. What's funny is the other day, Peach just walked out to the car and she literally burned the bottom of her feet. Like she wasn't wearing any shoes, didn't thinking, oh, it's just, it's 10 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
And just barely touching the ground for 5 seconds. And she actually got physical burns on the bottom of her feet. It's horrible. Yeah.
I probably would if my feet weren't just so callous in general,
Yeah.
I remember, though,
Yep.
one time back when I was on a mission trip in El Paso, we were helping a sister church build up over there and doing some outreach and stuff. We took a break because you do that when you're out there, and we went to a public swimming pool because it was summertime, and
Yeah.
we all had a little competition, which El Paso gets almost as hot as it does here. It's only a few degrees difference. We had a competition to see, after we got out of the pool, who could just stand on the concrete with nothing on for the longest.
Yeah.
And basically, everyone except for two of us buckled after, I think, 30 seconds. That was the longest they went. Second place lasted for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Just to show off, I went for another 1 minute and 45 seconds until they were starting to complain that we needed to get moving.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
My feet are more sensitive than that.
Yeah. Oh, it hurt like a son of a bitch, but because my feet were not anywhere near as callous as they are now. I went to school. I had to wear shoes all the time. But there's also that internal tenacity that can make you last much longer than you should be able to physically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what did it there.
Yeah. Well, anyway, enough about heat and allergies.
Yeah. I do want to complain about the golf course. I remember telling you this a week or two ago when it happened, but I never brought it up on stream. When walking around barefoot one day, while you were at work, I was just going for a walk. I came around the bend to the one street over after the whole cycle or circle that I do. It's one street over from ours, runs kind of parallel with it. It's, I can't remember the name of it. It's something grass. But is it? Or is it? It's a little something. Doesn't matter. It's right next to the golf course, right? Their backyards face the golf course. I come walking up, and all of a sudden, I hear something hit a tree behind me and then start bouncing against the concrete. And I was maybe 5 feet forward in my path from being hit in the head by a golf ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, huh. I'm glad we don't live on that
Mission
street.
4. Yeah, really. And you didn't even hear anyone say 4?
No, but you probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
4 helps. It really does. But if somebody's already swinging, and the average person, if they've got good form, they have no problem hitting 200 yards, right? You have to work towards it. But like almost anybody, any man can hit 200 yards. You have to be good if you want to go further. After like 200 yards, even if somebody's like yelling, there's a good chance you can't hear them.
Yeah, that's probably true, yeah.
Especially with like cars going down the road and everything.
Hmm.
There's a house in between you blocking the sound waves. This is actually the second time I've lived in a neighborhood that was had a golf course in it. Before I came to Arizona, the last neighborhood I was in was also built around a golf course. Thankfully, both times I was never on a street directly adjacent to the golf course. But I can only imagine that your insurance has to be pretty high if you're going to have a golf course behind you.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we're looking for a new permanent house and hoping to find a place that's not in a homeowners association or, I guess, near a golf course.
I think there's probably going to be some overlap there.
Yeah.
I don't think every part of the neighborhood was in a homeowners association and the last neighborhood with a golf course, because I don't think we technically were in one. But if people want to live next to a golf course, they're probably going to want to live in like an HOA because they're the type of people that care about appearances and stuff. So they want their neighbors' houses to look just as nice as theirs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is the downside to not having rules is that, you could live next to a total slob with, a car up on, blocks and raising chickens and who knows what else. But that's why you just have to, get a house that's too expensive to have white trash next to you.
Yeah.
Or a big enough lot that you can't see them anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, like nobody cares if the Beverly Hillbillies live next to you. I mean, one, they're cool people, so maybe that'd be cool later. But like, you can't see the house that they put in their backyard that the grandma still lives in, right? Like, it's completely obscured. Like, that wouldn't bother anyone.
Yeah, I had a friend who lived in near me in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Actually, technically in Mequon, which was a pretty far north suburb of Milwaukee, who I remember had probably a 2-acre lot, and it had trees everywhere, and I don't think I could even. It looked like it was in the middle of the forest. I'm sure there was a house technically next to it, but I never actually saw the neighbors' houses. Like, you couldn't even see the other houses.
Yeah. That's how my aunt's place is in Fisher, Texas. She's got 6 acres. Everybody in that area has got a huge property. There's a bunch of trees in between it. And, like, you could kind of see their houses and driveways from the road. But, like, she lives in a cul-de-sac where she lives at the end of the cul-de-sac, and she's the only person on that actual circle for the cul-de-sac. To get to her next neighbor's driveway, you have to go, like, 1/8 of a mile down the road or whatever.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I guess the problem is nowadays the only way to get that is to be pretty far away from anything else. And I think we're already too far away.
Maybe.
Need to be close. We'll see.
Was first asking, like, savanna grass. You could be allergic to almost any grass, but yeah, savanna does put up like spores into the air, so that one could cause it. Bermuda does it too. That one's pretty annoying, and that's one of the favorites for the rough of the golf course. Mountain cedar grass can also do it. My dad had a bad allergy to mountain cedar. We moved to a place called Cedar Hill. Too bad he didn't know that beforehand. He also had problems with sycamore trees because, they have like those little balls that kind of spore out, right? And unfortunately, he didn't find that out until we moved into a house that had a sycamore tree in the front yard. So that was bad for him.
Yeah.
And he also said that he just realized there aren't any video game protagonists who are anthropomorphic dogs. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking strictly like the main protagonist of the game, that's probably true. I can't really think of any. You could be one in Toontown, but that was like a MMO, so it's just like whatever you made. Oh, that's right, Sam and Max. Forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't played Sam and Max in so long. Yeah, Sam's an anthropomorphic dog. But I was gonna say, if you count like characters that are with you all the time, there's Goofy, who is one of the main three in Kingdom Hearts. Like, Goofy's pretty much always there. Yeah. Goof Troop. There's a Goof Troop game.
Yeah, but that's not really a modern game. I mean,
No.
Meant like
He just says any. I didn't see the word modern there. Oh, he's talking about game characters first.
What? Game characters?
Yeah. So not like a character who came from somewhere else and was adapted into a video game. Yeah, if you put that.
Is Parappa the Rapper?
Parappa is a game character first. That is true. That is absolutely true. I love that game too. I always forget about him though, because I was more into the kind of like sequel spin-off Jammer Lammy, whose main character is a lamb.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Parappa's probably like one of the most well-known video game dogs. So yeah, there's that. My favorite video game dog is not anthropomorphic. He's actually just a dog. And, oh my god. Lupus, which literally his name just means what he is, from Jet Force Gemini. He's one of the three characters in that one. I was trying to remember his name for a second. But yeah, he's a Canis Lupus. His name is literally just Lupus. He's a dog with a gun on his back that's like rigged into his suit so he can like think about where it should fire and the gun will fire. And later he gets upgraded into like a power armor type thing, which is like literally just a tank with his head sticking out. That's like the size of his body. And he can like hover around and stuff. Such a good character, such a good game.
Of course, there's also Link becomes a wolf in Twilight Princess.
But that's also not anthropomorphic.
And then there's Okami, which is also not anthropomorphic, but it is a celestial wolf goddess, so at least has intelligence. What about KK Slider?
He's not a protagonist.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just an NPC. There's plenty of anthropomorphic dog NPCs out there.
Yeah, NPCs, yeah. I think Sam is the...
Yeah, well, Sam and Parappa.
Parappa, yeah.
Goofy we have to remove because Goofy comes from cartoons and stuff first.
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh, and you said Sam and Max was a comic book. What are these rules? These rules
they are very weird. Almost like
arbitrary.
Rick had a silhouette game today because he always does the silhouette game on Thursdays, and his theme was video game characters between 2010 and 2019, so just of the 2010s, which I came in late, so I didn't hear him explain the rules. I'm sure maybe even somebody else had called him out before I did about the rules too, because he had characters that came out in like the 80s and 90s in there, and it's like, no, there's as long as they had a game in that time period. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of fine as if that is your rule. It's just kind of weird when a lot of his other ones have been like the character originally came out during this time period. It's like, why is this rule arbitrary for this theme and not the other one?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because like the first two characters were like Sonic and then Funky Kong. It's like those are both 90s characters.
Okay.
Yep. But less complaining about that. We probably should move back to this showcase. The next thing on my list that I have is Well Dweller, which I've never seen before.
Okay. Well, wait, do you want me to?
If you want to share it,
Do you want me to show off Mina the Hollower?
Oh yeah, we could show that off. You can show off whatever you want to show off.
See if I can just bring up the volume a tiny bit.
Yeah. If this is, there are no Overwatch characters, no Last of Us, no Five Nights at Freddy's, no 2010s franchise. Yeah, even a lot of the characters that like he was using the 2010s version, like you might argue they feel like they're different characters than the old ones. Like he had Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, and he had like Hassan from Prince of Persia. Oh, let me. Where's the full screen? Right, but like,
Let's see.
they were still old characters. And I think Joshua called some of that out too. And then I went on like the Joe Dirt thing about the fireworks stand, and he's like, "Well, you don't have any like whistling bung holes, no kitty chasers." Like I just put out that whole thing because that's what it felt like at that point.
Maybe people just don't think of dogs as themselves or think of themselves as dogs. I think of them more as companions.
Yeah.
Whereas, I guess mice and cats are more loners. I don't know.
I don't know. Some people just pick their favorite animals, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels very, very, very much not like Link's Awakening, but I get like what your feel for that, especially if you look at the DX version. But it feels like other games that have that feeling. Like, what was that one? Was it Tunic, or it was the one with all the dodge rolls and stuff? Was it Tunic?
Yeah, it was Tunic, I think.
Yeah. But it gives me a lot of the same feelings as that game, right?
Yeah. It's just, I guess, more that it's in a Game Boy Color, maybe Game Boy Advance sort of style.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, the color palette restrictions look almost no different than the ones that were in Shovel Knight. Bleeding more into like the reds and purples, while Shovel Knight was more into the blues and greens. But it looks like the same general, almost like NES era restrictions, just like late NES, where people started putting more memory into their cartridges and stuff themselves.
Yeah.
And it really feels like they're keeping in the same theme. They're just going from something that is akin to Zelda 2 and DuckTales, like something in between those, and moving down into like a top-down Zelda adventure style.
Yeah. Something like that. Let me slow this down a little bit. I'm just going to... So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of information about it that they put out on Kickstarter. That's funny about when they do a game on Kickstarter, they have to share a lot more than they normally would.
Oh, yeah. That's part of the trust,
Yeah. So you can find out more about that if you're interested. But I actually don't really know anything about Well Dweller.
At the bottom of this well lives the only.
Okay, just make sure that wasn't too loud.
Kill the queen.
Is it too loud? I think I turned it down as low.
No, it's fine.
It's an interesting style.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a side-scroller action-adventure game.
Yeah.
I can't tell from looking at it whether it's just a side-scroller action-adventure game or if it's supposed to be leaning into the Metroidvania angle. I could see it just because of how tall these maps look.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's all we needed to see.
Metroidvania.
They show a map like that, you know.
Yeah, it kind of is almost like the style of Little Nightmares, but it's a little too bright and colorful.
And it definitely has like
Metroidvania.
similar in the genre, like some Hollow Knight going on.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's when you're hopping on bubbles and stuff. Cute.
I like that though. It definitely has the platforming is a big important part of this, which isn't always
Yeah.
the case in Metroidvania games. Like obviously they'll use the platforming, but they won't necessarily give you intricate platforming sequences or make it part of combat all the time.
Yeah. That's definitely a horror genre game. A game by Kyle Thompson.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, Top Hat really knows how to pick winners, I think. They seem to publish a lot of interesting indies.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah, let me Top Hat. They were publishing the oh gosh, what was this? Like a lot of the cyberpunk or spin-offs and stuff.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, and some similarly similar games in terms of genres, like cyberpunk mixed with horror or puzzles or yeah, seems to be their favorite niche.
Were they the ones, I can't remember the name of it, that published that kind of like detective noir story that was like cyberpunk and had all like the anthro characters in it? Or God, I can't remember the name of that game.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Now if I open up Steam, because I think I have that game. Yeah. I believe so. Yeah, this AirPod is just not charging at all.
Okay.
I don't understand. Ridiculous.
Well, they are ridiculous devices.
Well, they're good when they work. Well, what else was there?
Oh, what was the name of the game too? Because it just shows it was like, what game has detective anthro characters? It was like a I think pixel or like sprite-based game or whatever, but it was like a detective noir thing that was like cyberpunk theme and had anthro characters. You said you have it, right?
Yeah, I'm looking. I thought it was on Steam.
Like, I can't remember the name. I just remember us talking about it when it was like in one of these type of indie showcases or whatever.
Maybe it's on my Switch. Yeah, it's on my Switch,
Oh, okay.
which I have.
Oh,
I
well,
can wait a
that's
moment,
convenient.
We can keep talking about something else. I'll look it up.
Well, the next thing we have is Neverway, which is a life sim RPG that was co-created by the same pixel artist that did the artwork for Celeste. I don't think it's the full team, just the pixel artist. But if you like the art in Celeste, Neverway will have that.
Yeah.
And that will be coming in 2026. Oh, Celeste was really popular. But I don't think it was just for the art. You know, Celeste was popular for the music, for the actual platforming in the game, and I think even the story. A lot of people like the themes in the story. So Celeste had a lot going for it.
Yeah.
So it was called Sense, a Cyberpunk Ghost Story.
Apparently, I never would have remembered that.
And that's probably why I don't
I
remember
knew
the
it
name.
had cyberpunk in the name. Yeah. And it had some Japanese in it, but that was that was published by Top Hat Studios as well.
Okay. I was assuming it was when you started talking about like Cyberpunk spin-off games. It's like, oh wait, was it this one? Was this one of the ones that
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yeah. But anyway,
I'm looking at their Neverway.
Oh. No,
Also,
what was it?
Steam Dolls Order of Chaos. That's all I was going to say.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's a Top Hat game.
Yeah, but what kind?
I don't know. I don't think it's been released yet.
Oh, okay.
I just heard of it because I don't know. I don't remember why, but
Anyhow, yes. Neverway. I like RPGs. Life sims are cool. But again, I haven't seen it, so I don't even know what kind of game it is. All I have is a thumbnail in front of me. For any of these games, all I have is a thumbnail and a description in front of me. Really should have remembered to watch this entire thing before the show started. But I completely forgot it was happening until I was looking for things to talk about on the show.
yeah. What's it called? Lifeway?
Neverway, all one word.
Oh, never. Oh, never.
Yeah, you know, kind of like Neverhood, but we're going the other way.
Yeah. Never way. Let's see. I can't even find it, man. I didn't think that this one was particularly impactful. Like I just
Oh, probably not.
nothing really looked fun. And I really didn't recognize anything. Nothing looked too great.
Yeah, like the thumbnail that I see, which is probably from like the opening cinematic for the game that would play, is probably more intriguing than the game is itself if I were to see the game. Because all I see is like a girl in like a hoodie or sweater or something standing there with a backpack on, looking at a sword that clearly looks like it's placed into a pedestal. I'm like, that's a pretty cool opening scene or something, but then I have no idea what the actual game is like.
Well, and the problem is the actual hold on, trying to keep out of there. The video starts with 30 minutes of the developer talking.
Ugh.
I hate that. I really hate that. I don't care about you. I just want to see if you made a good game or not.
You know, the trailer's only 1 minute and 49 seconds long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first
and it's
30
just 30
seconds
of that. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So we'll skip that. There we go.
Yeah, I like that art. The art's good.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of monochromatic. Although I'm not sure. I guess it could be good, but it just has a vibe of a, I don't know.
Well, it's definitely trying to be atmospheric, right? Like, life sim is part of it in the description. There's obviously combat, right? It's got some like almost Zelda-like combat to it, like old school. But it seems it's very casual. It's probably going for trying to be cozy and eerie at the same time.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, at least thankfully they show what looks like pretty good gameplay.
Yeah. And I do like really
That's
old, just top-down hack and slash combat, you know? There's reasons I go back to play the old Zelda games all the time.
Yeah. Never way. I might as well just leave it
Up.
up. We can decide what to show next. Hello Kitty Island Adventure first.
Well, that wasn't, I don't think, that was in last Direct. Not this one. It was like Friday? I think it was last Friday. Or was it Saturday? It was like snuck on people. Nobody knew it was coming.
Yeah. Well.
The next thing on my list. No, that one didn't actually look interesting. Oh, this one was. Is this seat taken? The next one was the hurdling one, but that just doesn't look interesting. I don't know.
Well, this looks like a puzzle game, like
a. Yeah. It's almost like a management
mobile
game.
game.
Where do these things belong? Make sure you put it there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Like the idea of taking a
Guess in
single
game.
WarioWare micro game and making an entire game out of it.
Yeah, right. That's funny. Each character is a shape.
Except it seems like you have way more time to get this done than a WarioWare micro game. Micro game, you've got,
Yeah.
depending on the game, like 5 to 10 seconds tops. Some of them, you have to get it like 2 seconds and it's done.
Yeah. Interesting. Don't want to look at hurdling.
Yeah, I guess we can. I know it's the Firewatch developers, which Firewatch already didn't seem very interesting to me. So I don't know if this will be.
You just walk around herding animals. The graphics are pretty cool.
Yeah,
They're pretty amazing.
and it's pretty stylized, so it doesn't look bad or uncanny or anything.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what the point is. It doesn't seem all that
Is this supposed to be like a cattle
interesting. But it works
drive?
pretty. Yeah. So you do this the whole game.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Journey, almost. With all,
Yeah.
like the pedals and stuff flying behind them.
Yeah. All right. Not super duper.
Yeah,
Good.
it was a publishing team of Firewatch. Was the developers behind the Far series, which I don't know what the Far
Okay.
series is, unless I already named that and I didn't know it was part of the series. But if you're into those type of games, then you'll probably like that. I didn't even think Journey was all that fun. You know, a beautiful,
Yeah.
artistic, cool. Mechanically, it was kind of boring.
Yeah. Yep, I hear you. Well, what else?
Let's see. There
else?
was Little Kitty, Big City.
It looks like Nintendo cats.
Yeah, yeah. But you get
I don't know if
hats for
that's-
them, you know. Nintendogs didn't wear hats.
Huh?
Which there was technically a Nintendo Cats, they just didn't call it that because it
Oh.
didn't flow like Nintendogs. They just called it Nintendo's Cats.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing? Just taking pictures of cats and putting hats
Well,
on?
I mean, it's the internet. People are going to want to take pictures of cats regardless, so they got to leave that feature in there.
Yeah.
It looks like it's
Yeah.
just kind of like a quirky game about styling cats, have
Yeah.
some mini games and adventure. It feels like I don't want to be mean to the girls, but it seems like a pretty girly game if you ask me.
Yeah.
Which is what I said about
Good morning.
Nintendogs. My brother loved Nintendogs, and like, I get it. I can kind of see the appeal to it. I'm not gonna play it though. That seems like a girly game. And I've played
Yeah.
girly games that look more fun than that.
Yeah. I realize the name of this game is called Content Warning.
Oh, I know Content Warning. That's an old game that's already out on PC, but it's going to be on Switch now, or Switch 2 specifically. I've actually seen some of my friends play this in a Discord call. It's another one of those games that's similar to like Lethal Company and stuff like that, but this one's a little more influenced by things like the Backrooms and SCP Foundation, and it's all unique stuff though. They're not actually taking those things, and you are
Yeah.
basically your content creators that are going down into this weird space, and you're recording things, and you're trying to get like all these like weird paranormal things on camera, but then you have to make it back up to be able to actually get your ad revenue and views and everything.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Content Warning. They gotta look like a cross between humans and the things from What's that game where you have like a murderer that's going around? Among Us. Yeah, Among Us.
Yeah, yeah.
They almost look like the Among Us people.
Yeah, they kind of just look like they have diver suits on, right? But with like these emoji faces.
Yeah.
But it's another one of those games where it's like, go down with friends, turn on proximity chat, everybody gets scared, everybody gets pissed at like one guy for fucking up, and you know. It's a genre at this point. It's usually like streaming game flavor of the month. Some people, you'll always like, you'll find your favorite, and you'll have like a small group of people go back to it, but it'll have like a huge drop off in player base when the next one comes around.
Yeah.
Hopefully finds a new player base on the Switch.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. You'll find too, we're watching a showcase like this. Oh, I didn't realize I accidentally turned on the Just Us camera. There we go. When we're looking at a showcase like this, I'm not going to really shit talk any game, even if I'm not interested in it. Because like they're indie games, you know, a lot of them are trying their best. Most of them are making a game they would want to play. So it's like, cool, more power to you. I hope you are successful. There's usually actual passion behind whatever you're making. I'm just not going to be interested in half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes there's good indies, but I'm unimpressed with this round of...
I mean, the first two were pretty good that we talked about so far.
Yeah.
And so now we're entering the ball pit.
Okay.
Which this seems to just be like a it's weird. It's kind of almost like a bullet hell rail shooter, but it's only like partially rail shooter. It does seem to be like scrolling up on its own, but you do get to a little bit more movement than your average rail shooter does. Probably just because how slow it's going, right? Because you still get that level of movement in something like, say, Gradius or something. It's just scrolling way faster.
Yeah.
But the physics, though, I do like the walls are part of this, so it bounces like a billiard.
Yeah. This reminds me of a mobile game.
It does seem very, very mobile game.
Interesting. What are you doing? Building a town?
I guess it does seem like there's some town building sim involved in this. I would say I don't know what this has to do with the main concept of the game, but I get it. When your main concept is so simple, they're like, man, you know, Tohu has been making indie shoot 'em up games like that since the 90s, right? We got to do something more. To make the game last longer, you're going to have some type of like cultivation sim or town building or something.
Yeah. The question is there fishing?
I don't know. Maybe. It's the number one thing to put in anything.
Yeah.
October.
It's funny because I feel like what's that? Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Was like open the door to like all of these like low budget, very simplistic games that can have more complex, depth.
Oh yeah, well, especially comparatively, I played through the Hollow Cure, which was a Vampire Survivors like game that was made for free, based on HoloLive, and one of the things that added more time to it was that there was a town building aspect in there that you could go and do.
Yeah.
So. It's a cool idea though. I like, because you don't really see anybody use this like breakthrough billiards bouncing mechanic in these type of like bullet hell rail shooters. So that's kind of cool that they're just doing that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, what's the premise? Like, what's going on here? I guess we'd find out if we were playing. All right, enough of you.
Yep. Then what's the next one we got?
Ultimate Sheep Dragon.
That sounds
What do
like
we
a
get
crazy
next?
name.
Oh, is that it?
I guess, yeah. There's a 15-minute video on it, but I think that's probably a lot of like devs talking and everything.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But it's basically
I swear.
it's Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Have you ever played
Oh, man, a game like
the
this
old
is mobile.
school browser Hot Wheels game? That's basically what this
Yeah.
is, except I guess it could be multiplayer. Yeah, 8-player mode. Probably like speed running and stuff like that as well. Yeah, I mean, this looks good for people who like that stuff. It's cross-platform, play phone, play computer, play a console, whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get as far as you can. Ultimate Sheep Dragon. Interesting.
Oh, hey, Mike. Next one is Glaciered. More devs talking. Listen, I usually like hearing the devs talk, but I'll go watch that on my own time. We're not going to talk over the devs talking, right? Let's see if we can find some
Yeah.
actual gameplay to talk about. Earth.
A million years in the future. Okay, so we've got Zora.
You play the plot. All the avian species descended from dinosaurs, endowed with the abilities needed
Avian?
to protect
Is it
the
avian?
Everwinter Ocean.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you descended from dinosaurs that are still around, they would be avian.
Yeah, but then why is it underwater?
Why did dinosaurs get into the sky? You know, that doesn't stop it from being avian. Avian just means it's the lineage of birds.
Yeah.
Nail it and bring it.
Well, it looks like you're, looks like you're playing as the Zora from Majora's Mask,
Yeah, a little bit.
which was fun. Always got the upgrades.
Yeah, yeah. I was absolutely everybody's favorite part of Majora's Mask was being in the water. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. Especially the water temple was the best.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know. People have learned a lot
Yes.
since then, though. Like I told you, Fontaine and Genshin, swimming was actually fun. If you like learn from other people's mistakes and successes, you could easily make a completely underwater swimming game that's fun.
Yeah. Does look interesting to me, but interesting in a way that I will never play it. But
Same.
still. Like you said, I wouldn't. I don't have anything bad to say about it.
Yeah, and those were
Oh, right
all
there.
the big ones on my list. I don't.
What is this Winter Burrow?
Yeah, well, everything else was kind of just condensed after that. So
Oh, okay. This looks kind of interesting. Okay, another mouse protagonist, I guess.
listen, people, you got to. This is not
First
the
you gotta
year of the
make a town.
mouse.
Yeah. What is it?
It's actually the year of the snake. They eat mice.
Yeah. All is crafting.
Yeah,
Let's
this
make
seems like
furniture.
another cozy life sim adventure game.
Yeah. You
I
need to
guess
take
it's like-
games like this and basically.
Oh, I was saying, it seems like the whole thing is survive the winter. Like, make sure you keep your resources up.
You need to make more games like Don't Starve, where it's incredibly difficult if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, this seems like Don't Starve on easy mode,
Yeah.
which might be what people want, you know? Or like there's a bit of a challenge, but it's forgiving at the same time, so you can kind of just casually take your time through it.
Yeah, it could be. Letters from the past. What the heck? That looks awful.
Aren't all letters from the past by the time you open them?
Yeah.
It'd be weird if you got a letter from the future.
Yeah. Would be neat. Oh, okay. What is this? Caves of Quid, whatever.
No idea.
Now this looks interesting. Maybe.
I already like what I'm looking at. Very
Yeah,
old,
right. Oh wow.
very
this is
like
like,
Ultima level.
Yeah, wizardry and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh wow. That is crazy old school. And it's a roguelike.
This is like, oh yeah. It doesn't look as old school as Rogue, though it might be
Yeah.
closer to Rogue than anything that's ever been called a roguelike before. It kind of, it does look like the beginning days of CRPGs for sure.
Yeah, but I guess it's not because
Oh, obviously it's modern.
no, but I mean it's not really a CRPG if it's a roguelike, is it? Does that count?
You could technically do both. Like, technically, Rogue was a RPG because you kept your levels and everything, right? When you don't, it's a roguelite.
Yeah.
And so if it's an actual roguelike, then I think it would qualify as a CRPG. If it's a roguelite, it wouldn't.
Oh, I would think the opposite or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, like, so the Binding of Isaac, where when you reset every single time, new run, it's like you'll unlock new items and everything, but your Isaac is effectively level 1 every time you start, right? That is a roguelite.
Yes, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's more CRPG. That's more RPG like because you progress.
I guess.
Well, that's interesting. I couldn't really hear the words, but it's weird. Caves of Wood. Okay. Now, Strange is this a matching game?
I have no clue. I told you I haven't watched any of the trailers from this thing until like right now. So unless it's something that's old,
Yeah.
I probably still don't know because I probably didn't see their first trailer.
Oh, okay.
The content warning was the only one that I had seen before this because it's pretty old.
Oh, okay. This looks like a point and click adventure game or something. Oh, you gotta find cures for people or something?
I guess. Or is it just a curio shop? Or
I like speeding these up again. Ooh, I like maps.
I mean, I like curiosity and novelty stores, but like, what are the actual mechanics of the game?
It sounds like a Ace Detective game where you have to figure out what went wrong with the person and then cure them with the right thing, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm just kind of bored with these. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't see
I don't.
anything. I don't know. Come
Yeah,
on,
I think
Nintendo.
we started out strong, though. Actually, maybe
Yeah.
the Caves of could. I might check that out once there's more about that later. But like we started out strong with the first two, and then it just kind of rolled downhill from there.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is this?
That's
Two people talking?
walking.
Uh,
For dragging you on this trip.
yeah, some of
Well,
these,
Opus
this
is
is
a
kind of,
peak.
yeah, kind of a game. I don't
They
see how it's a game.
Anyone should be gone.
Very slightly interactive movie.
Yeah, I mean, if we see more, but the trailer's not selling us on how it's a game, at least, right?
Yeah.
There is a flame. If there's a god in the fire,
Like, where's the
What they s-
mechanics?
Yeah.
even the ones that show what's
Where's
in
the
our
player
hearts,
agency? What happens? You know,
Oh, now they're talking to animals.
this is a Studio Ghibli film.
Seems like it. This is why I like how Nintendo comes up with good mechanics first, and they
First,
worry
yeah.
about the story later. Or never.
Yeah. And some
Story,
games don't
what's
need a
the story?
story outside of like what you do in the game. Which, in that regard, if it's a linear progression game, there is always a story to it. But
Yeah.
your experience is the story. It's not a narrative.
There we go.
I think
I think I'm
people
done
are.
with that.
I think people are too hung up on the narratives in games, and I think it's like ruining a lot of potential games.
Yeah, the game itself should tell the story.
Yeah. But there's plenty of
This is a
places for
game-
narratives too. Like go make a visual novel, which is a game, but you know the mechanics of the visual novel is usually player decision, or sometimes it is like solving a puzzle or riddle, like the Ace Attorney games.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that would just seem like watching a movie with occasional things where you can walk around.
Yeah. And again, opus means
Yeah.
peak, right? So it's like, it's crazy to make a game where you do basically nothing, but it's just a narrative about a peak in the time that like
Yeah.
the game peak exists, which is about people actually mechanically trying to climb up to the highest point of a mountain.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it's somebody's vision. Like I said, I'm not really gonna trash talk an indie game. It looks visually really good, and there are a lot of people who they'd like walking simulators. That's why they keep getting made. They get sold.
Mhm.
And it's like if you want
Yeah.
literally the coziest and most casual experience in the game, go play your walking simulators. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna play it, but I'm not gonna stop you.
Well, interestingly, I guess the Switch seems to have doubled the sales in the second month from the first one.
Oh,
Or,
really?
went up by 100%. Yep. Probably mostly just because of availability.
Yeah, I would say so too. They didn't intentionally understock or anything, but God,
Yeah.
I don't know if they could have made enough in time.
Yeah. But I don't understand, like, I'm not really, I still don't have any particular reason to upgrade yet.
Oh, same.
I'm just like, okay, I'm not sure that it buys me anything yet.
Plus, like, even the cool
mean,
games that are out now, it's not like they're going anywhere. If there's like any other system, you're like, well, if I waited, maybe the games would be cheaper. But we know Nintendo, so like Donkey Kong's never going to be cheaper. It's going to be
Yeah.
whatever it is. What is it, like 70 right now? It's going to be $70 10 years from now.
Yeah. Pretty much. I've been playing some more Tears of the Kingdom lately. So having fun with that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not too bad.
Hey Rick.
Hey there.
We have some other
What
stuff.
else is happening?
Castle Crasher's first new DLC in over a decade is live right now.
Oh.
Yeah, Painter Boss Paradise. I forgot it was coming out now until I saw like an article about it, but it is out right now, which is cool. It gives a good reason to get back in and play Castle Crashers again because I haven't played that game in like a decade.
I can never get it to work on my computer for some reason. I don't know
Really?
why.
I mean, I never had any problem getting it to work, but I could see it. You know, it's a computer game. Even when Steam tries to make things as fluid as possible, there's still just a chance it won't work, like all computer games.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There was some sort of incompatibility with something or other. But
A really
hope
fun
that's
game. Fun beat 'em up. I probably won't be getting the DLC anytime soon, but I will eventually get in. I will probably play it. Very low requirements. Gotta love the it's, you know, Behemoth, which are the Newgrounds guys. Specifically, Tom Fulp is one of the people behind it. So always got to support the
Yeah.
Newgrounds guys.
True. And they have an actual sane age, restriction policy.
Yeah. For a site that actually kind of needs it, right? Like, if you're going to talk about any site, but they're really good
Yeah.
at parsing everything, right? If you are below the certain level, you do not have access to adult material, like, as long as it's
Yeah.
rated properly.
Yeah, and they don't require everyone to like give them their driver's license or anything.
I'm a big fan of Mr. Fulp. I hope he keeps on doing what he wants to do for as long as he can continue to do it. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I ran into a video earlier today. Apparently the Switch 2 upgraded versions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom do actually just, if you want to, they actually will show you everything that you've missed.
Oh,
So
eh.
if you really wanted to do 100%, but you hate having to like look at those interactive maps and stuff, well, I guess I think it's in the Switch app, but basically it links up to your game and it tells you, it'll either just tell you what percentage you're up to, or if you want, you can have it tell you exactly where to find everything that you've not collected and done. So,
And I'm guessing the percentage is probably going to be by like region. Like it'll be like, oh, you're 85% in the Elden region or something. That'd be the easier way to break it down.
I don't know if it does that. It
They
breaks
should.
it down.
Genshin does that.
Yeah. From what I saw, it looked like it just said, what your total percentage is, and then it broke it down by task. Like, this is your percentage of taluses that you've defeated, and percentage of Korok seeds, and blah blah blah. So, and like I said, it's helpful because it keeps track of it by itself, and if you want to, you can have it just flat out show you on the map. Here's what you've missed. So that's neat. If you're into 100%ing, that is kind of the most.
Yeah, if you hate yourself in the
thing.
game.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that keeps me from 100%ing sometimes is like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm missing. I gotta like do deep research to figure out what I missed. Although collecting 900, well, between the two games, 1,900 Koroks could be a real pain in the ass. They decided to add 100 more.
Which I don't know why. That was like the biggest thing everybody complained about is that there's too many damn Koroks. It's like, you thought there was too many? Fine, here's more.
Yeah, that's Nintendo.
Yeah.
Too many Koroks. Yeah, so that's the whole point of the game, dude.
Yeah,
Here.
the worst part of the game. I
Yeah.
intentionally left most of them unfound. I'm not gonna find these little turds everywhere. I don't even get anything
Yeah,
out of
but-
it. Like,
Yeah.
at a certain
you get
amount, you need
bigger-
it for increasing your inventory. But after that, it's like, I don't care about
Yeah.
a gilded turd.
Exactly. That's just like when, with the Super Mario Kart World, people complained about having to race between racetracks.
Yeah.
Having to go, between them, I guess, to race from one to the other. So then Nintendo responded to that by making it, more mandatory, or, maybe even, I don't know if they completely got rid of the alternative, but it's like, yeah, they made it more central to the game.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck? We hate this. And they're like, no, that's the whole point of the game. You must do that.
Listen, if the reward for collecting all the Koroks were like, now you eternally have the power of the forest with you, the Master Sword will never break. Then I'd go out of my way to do it. You're like, okay, I basically finished the game and have no reason to do anything or even use the Master Sword, but at least it'll never break on me now.
Yeah. Or if it was like, no weapons will ever break anymore.
Oh, that would be even sweeter.
You can always pick the best ones of everything.
And just go in and spam the Master Sword against Ganon and not even care.
Yeah.
Even though, you do
Yeah,
technically have double durability in that fight anyway, because the Master Sword's perpetually glowing.
Yeah. I didn't think the Master Sword ever ran out of energy while you were in Hyrule Castle. But
Oh,
I
no,
could
it
be
can.
wrong.
I've had it broken on me on there. It takes a lot longer because of the buff.
Yeah. Well, you know how YouTube is. I watched 2 videos
Yeah.
about Tears of the Kingdom, and now that's all I get constantly. Oh, we heard you like these videos. Well, here, have 1,000 more.
Rick asks us, where people have a cold? Yes, and he got it from you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Rick.
Friend,
Just kidding. Yeah, some friend, man.
Battlefield 6 has an
Hopefully.
open beta. That's off to a pretty hot start despite some server hiccups. I haven't been interested in Battlefield since 3. I wasn't even that interested in 3, but 3 still seemed like an okay game. After that, though, I lost pretty much all interest, and Battlefield's only been getting worse and worse. 2 still being the best Battlefield to this date. The original version of it. But mechanically, people are praising 6. It's apparently much better than the last one. But still just doesn't give me any reason to play it. I haven't heard any news. It's in open beta, so it's only the multiplayer anyway. I haven't heard any news whether there's going to be a single-player campaign for the game. And I'm going to guess, just like their competitors over at Call of Duty, there's not. Because these guys have felt like the single-player doesn't matter anymore. Though I heard rumors that the single-player campaigns were going to come back to Call of Duty because of complaints. I don't know if that's true. But if it is and it's good... because Modern Warfare 1's remake had the single-player campaign, and it was actually pretty good. I might tacitly start getting interest in Call of Duty again. If Battlefield 6 has a single-player campaign, I might be interested in that. I'll see after the end of the beta.
Okay. I didn't know you were ever into that.
I've said many times that I like first-person shooters. I just don't give a shit about the online multiplayer. It's such a time sink to get nothing out of it, just running around killing each other. But like I used to play stuff all the time, and I have played the multiplayer, but usually in person, LAN parties or whatever. But I used to play Halo a lot. I played the earlier Call of Duties. World at War is my favorite one in the whole franchise. It's great. I've played the old Battlefields. Yeah, I like shooters. Shooters are fun. Shooter RPG. Borderlands 2 is probably one of the games I've sunk the most hours into. It's definitely up there on the list. Yeah, I've probably... Oh, I know not all of it's recorded, especially because of the way I did it, and I've played not just on PC. Collectively, I've probably sunk more than 1,000 hours into Borderlands.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I've played even 100 hours of any of all first-person shooters I've ever played combined.
Well, when made well, I think they can be really fun if you're into them. Talking about a first-person shooter I played way too much of was we've talked about Metroid Prime Hunters, right? And I actually used to play the online multiplayer in that one. That's like the only one that I really ever sunk into when it came to online multiplayer. And Quake. I used to play some Quake Live back in the day. I really like Quake, which is why I used to play online multiplayer for Quake Live.
Yeah.
But I could never really get into it with these other games, especially like I liked the campaigns in, say, like Call of Duty because there were routing, right? It was like actually trying to figure out what angle you were going to get to this guy or get through the battlefield and everything. I never felt an appeal too much for the multiplayer in these slower pace shooters, and I consider Call of Duty and Battlefield, these military shooters, to be slower pace shooters.
Oh, okay.
They're not fast like playing a boomer shooter like Doom or Quake, you know?
I have no idea.
I guess
that makes sense. Because Doom and Quake are kind of unrealistic and
Oh, they're very quick. You know, flick of the wrist.
sort of superhumanly, moving around. Interesting.
Yeah.
I keep thinking of things to say and then I forget what I was going to say. Yeah. Oh, I know. I have some interesting news.
Oh, what is it?
After 3 years of fighting tooth and nail, what's it called? The Raven QA Union has secured a contract with Microsoft for 19 employees. 19 Microsoft QA. Yeah. For Blizzard, for Activision Blizzard. And I can tell how good of a job they've done on their, on their games lately. So yeah, it's a big contract for 19 whole employees at Microsoft. After they just laid off 9,000.
Yeah.
They should be like, all right, congratulations, you're all laid off.
How big should QA even be? Like, obviously, you need a couple testers, right? For sure. Especially for single-player games. Multiplayer games, after a certain point, you can outsource your testing, right, with like beta environments and everything. But for closed single-player games, you kind of want some internal testers. But like, what else? Who else are you gonna put in QA, right? I guess somebody goes back and makes sure there's no grammatical errors in code or something. But I don't think that's even up to QA, right?
Grammatical errors. I mean, I don't know if they consider that QA because that would be, I guess. I mean, it would be kind of like editor.
Yeah, it's like nothing. Like the code ran and nothing's broken, but if you like skim through it, you might be able to see some obvious things that would cause bugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. What the heck?
But it's like,
So no, that's
do you
not
ever
even
need
close.
more than 10 people on QA for any day? Unless maybe like 5 people per game or whatever that you're working on if you've got big franchises that continuously get updates. I don't know.
Oh, no. 5 people per game. So I don't even understand what Raven QA is, because Activision, Blizzard, between those two, I guess they're divisions of Microsoft now,
Yeah.
have 1,100 U.S.-based QA contractors and full-time employees.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know
like,
which is which.
what do they do?
They play test, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't see why you need that many playtesters, like per game.
No, it does 1,100. Sounds like a lot, but they definitely need more than 19.
Yeah, I guess games are more complex than they used to be. I think, like in my head, I'm probably still thinking about like how many playtesters you would have needed back in like the 90s and early odds. I was like, yeah, 5 people just playing the game nonstop till release, that should be enough, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I remember the old like Ultima games would have really funny credits at the end, and they basically seemed to be saying essentially that the developers were also QA testers for the most part.
Yeah.
They might have had a few, started to get some dedicated people as they got a little bit bigger, but yeah, I mean,
Well, that's even what I'm thinking too.
I'm
Like,
gonna.
why I think that should be so low, because for most of the stuff, and especially if you're just testing an environment, until you have a stable build for testing, shouldn't it mostly be the people working on the game that are running things anyhow?
Yeah, but yeah, they'd stay on older existing games until the new games are ready for even testing. Which, I mean, I guess they'd be doing a little bit in like alpha, but it's kind of pointless because it's going to change so much. It's like,
Yeah.
we know there are bugs, but I mean, I guess if they're like, well, if they've got a pretty mature sort of pipeline, presumably they want to have people start testing as early as possible and start, documenting the bugs, and they'll, get to a point where it's playable, and that's the beta, and then,
Yeah, I think maybe part of the problem too is the whole like live service nature of everything now, because I could see like in a live service game, especially the nature of how you do updates and the fact that you have to go and fix bugs while it's running. So you have basically 2 different teams, right? You have the maintenance team that is operating over like what's going on live, and then you also have the development team that is like making future stuff that will be live, that you might need a lot more testers because you need people who are constantly in all the environments. But that does just seem to be one of the further drawbacks of working in the live service environment.
Yeah, I mean, of course I would assume you're not making changes like to the live environment. I mean,
No.
They get a bug report. Yeah, they'll get a bug report. They'll try and reproduce it somewhere in their test environment, and fix it and test it, make sure they didn't break anything else, and then they'll include it in the next patch. And
Yeah, that's what I was just meant. Like the live version, they would obviously have a test environment version of that.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know business software. I will say that I've never, as far as I know, worked for a company that had like 100% dedicated QA testers. I'm at a company of 100 people now, and we've got support people, and basically we have a bug system. So if anybody in the company runs into a bug, and it's usually customers that run into bugs,
Yeah.
they call support, and support tries to reproduce it. And if they can, they put it in their system and we fix it. So.
Just make smaller games, work out of a garage, hire your son to do QA. Like Blizzard used to.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I can't even imagine what it takes to keep up with a game like World of Warcraft or any
Oh
large
yeah,
service
it's got to
massive
be.
game.
Yeah, WoW, Overwatch, all these games like that where they're constantly changing. It's got to be a nightmare
Yeah.
working on them.
Yeah, although I guess they're not, at least with Warcraft, they don't I don't know if they have a huge amount of bugs these days. It's more they're usually like concentrating on balancing and
Well, if you ask me,
deciding
the whole
on
game in its current state is a bug, but that's a different
Yeah.
opinion.
yeah, it's more about very, very poor design. They don't even know what the hell they're doing or what makes a good game. They have no idea. And it's
I think
crazy
that
because
is
they got a million people telling them.
issue with the entire AAA industry right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know how they, I mean, I don't get how they can be so clueless when it's like any gamer could tell you. I mean, I don't know.
You have all this money to dedicate to like market research,
Yeah.
more money than anyone else, and you can't actually produce something that turns it out. Now, I'm guessing to some degree they are though, right? But a lot of these games, especially the ones where we used to like the franchise and don't anymore, it's because it turns out that we're actually in the minority of the audience, because the actual audience are barely gamers, right? So they are churning out something that audience wants. They just nothing their old fan base.
Yeah, but like then when they're taking a game that was never meant for that audience
Yeah.
and they're changing it to that, they're basically eliminating their prior humongous audience, and they're not really picking up anyone new because the new people have never liked the franchise before, you know.
Yeah, it's always a risk,
And
right?
they're
Because
not-
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think the bigger risk is even though these games tend to be easier sell on paper,
Yeah.
the problem is everybody's trying it, so there's way too many of them, and you're competing against all the people that are doing this instead of just keeping with the audience you already have.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Like-
the problem is they just have terrible writers.
Well, that too, but I was just thinking like a game like Final Fantasy 16 should not have to be competing directly against like Horizon Forbidden West, right? Like these games
Yeah.
shouldn't have anything in common to compete with each other, but they are now, right?
Yeah, or Expedition 33. I mean, yeah, you know,
That's the game it should be
just the
competing
name.
with.
Well, but just the name Final Fantasy used to just be like, oh, well, there's that, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh no, they're not anybody's. They're not competing with anyone because they
Yeah,
just-
but we could even take that out too, right?
Well,
It's like Tomb Raider also shouldn't be competing with both of those exact same games because the games have been watered down
Yeah.
so much that they are competing with each other.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to understand how some of these franchises sort of went down the wrong path and never corrected it. You know, even Nintendo has done some pretty dumb things, but they usually course correct and they're like, oh crap, that didn't work. We better do something different instead of the same thing over and over.
Yeah. Hey, if there's one thing that you can't blame Nintendo for, it's trying something new, right? Like,
Yeah.
they do that more than anybody else does.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see if they, you know, I feel like the Switch 2, the only downside to it is that it's really not very new. There's not much to it. It's just faster and, you know.
Hey, you
all
know,
those,
if I was interested in Borderlands anymore, I would be
Yeah.
really excited to hear the news that you're going to be able to use mouse control on this Switch 2.
yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess the only problem with Nintendo going forward is what if nobody likes any of the third-party games? You know, it's like
Yeah.
the entire industry's going to shit, and it's like, you know, everyone's always said, well, whenever Microsoft gets good third-party games, they do well, and it's like, Well, there are no good ones.
Yeah. Well, that everybody was like, the Wii U, right? The Wii U sucks because there's no third-party
Yeah.
support. And that did crash it.
Yeah.
But also at the time, I could name many good third-party games in the Wii U's life cycle. That was over a decade ago,
Yeah.
right? I don't think that is as much of a problem now because outside of like the indies that they're showing off, which I'm sure will do really well in the system, a lot of those will appeal to each of their independent audiences. And if there's anybody who wants quirky games, it's going to probably be somebody who's going to buy a Nintendo. I think the big problem is, does third-party support actually matter on a Nintendo system at all? Or is it more about Nintendo's marketing? Because I don't think third-party support was even the problem with the Wii U, even though that's what everybody says. I think marketing was entirely the problem with the Wii U.
I guess so. Well, and also I don't know. Seems like it was difficult to program for. So.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. But the thing is, like, the Wii U had so many good first-party games. One of them that was so good that it continued to sell onto the next system, and it's like their best-selling game ever.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart
Right.
Deluxe, was that it?
Yeah, it was Mario Kart 8 in general. Right, there was a lot of really good first-party games on the Wii U. I played a lot of them, but the problem was nobody owned a Wii U. And we even hear countless times people report, it's like, oh, I thought it was just like an expansion to the Wii or something, like a tablet you bought to go with it. And most of them were already done with the Wii by then. So it's like, I don't know if third-party support was ever actually the issue. I've not been properly convinced about that, especially with, while there were a lot of good ones at that time, the AAA industry as a whole has only been trending downward since then. Like, even during that time, it was already starting to trend downward.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't need to rehash that argument or even get too deep into it. We're at the end of the show, and I know you're on somewhat of a tighter schedule. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching and coming along. Glad to have you around. Make sure you share this out with your friends so more people come next time, or if they just want to watch the VOD and catch up on what we said. We'll see you guys no later than Monday for Super Serial Showtime. And if you enjoy the show, you want to go one step beyond, you can always give a donation to streamlabs.com/Vomitorium live. It really helps us out. You guys have a wonderful weekend.